And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Kerry Sherman with you from Big Time Small Town Media. Today we are bringing you second day coverage of the Jeff Sherman Memorial Invitational Basketball Tournament here at Woodlin High School. It is presented in part by the Anton Co-op. We are so glad to have them with us this year as a sponsor. The Anton Co-op is your locally owned cooperative that has been serving the local community since 1950. They offer grain merchandising in-house and picked up on the farm. The goal at the Anton Co-op is to deliver quality and competitive service with on-the-farm fuel deliveries and tire sales. They offer full-service fertilizer, including anhydrous ammonia, liquid and dry products. Competitive ag chemical sales and application are always available at the Anton Co-op. Their vision is to continue to be a locally owned and operated farm supply business for many years to come. They understand their business is dependent on the local farmers and ranchers, and they want to be a partner in your success. See the Anton Co-op for all your farm supplies needs. We have our girls' third place game here first on the agenda today. It'll have the visitors from Prairie and the host team, the girls from Woodlin. It is a battle of Lady Mustangs. Prairie comes in having lost to Idalia 46-29. Woodland fell to Weldon Valley last night 42-30. So both teams looking for win number one on the season. We will have three more contests for you later on, including the boys' third place game featuring Woodland and Idalia. Girls' championship is Idalia and Weldon Valley. Boys' championship, Prairie and Weldon Valley. I believe we're going to do the pledge here and then go live with the introduction of starters. We'll go ahead and get ourselves ready with. First, we will look at the starting lineup for the Prairie Lady Mustangs. Head coach is Janice Girk. Assistant coach, Lynn Carlson. Starting number 4, Rebecca Kaiser. Number 10, Cheyenne Warboys. Number 21, Haley Dollarshell. Number 22, Savannah Hastings. And number 24, Alyssa Harms. In their loss to Idalia, Hastings came in with 13 points, Warboys 10, Dollarshell 5, and Kaiser with 1. We'll get ready to meet the Lady Mustangs from Woodland. We'll go number 20, Kiana Kukas. She scored 6 points in the loss to Weldon Valley last night. Number 22, Kaylee Kukas. She had a team-high 12 points last night. Michelle Klaus, number 23, came in with 5 points against Weldon Valley. Number 25, Stormy Powell, did not score against Weldon Valley, was assigned to guard the key player for Weldon Valley, Rachel McCracken, and spent most of her energy on defense. And finally, Carly Escobedo, number 35, she scored 5 points in the loss. The other 2 points came from Michaela Vick, the only sub for Woodland this season. As we noted last night, keys for Woodland is to avoid foul trouble. They did that for the most part last night. They had a lead going into the fourth quarter against Weldon Valley, and they succumbed to full court pressure as the Lady Warriors put up 22 fourth quarter points, pull away for the win. Ready to jump it up in the center circle. Number 22 in white, Kaylee Kukas. Number 4 in black, that's Rebecca Kaiser. And we are underway. Woodland wins the tip. That's Kiana Kukas with it at the point against the man defense. Klaus on the wing. A little miscommunication on the cut, and Kukas will track it down at the timeline. Give it off to big sister Kaylee on the point, or on the wing rather. And another near turnover. Wasn't able to keep track of it. Escobedo now looking in to the cutter, Kukas, and a little turnaround. Kaylee misses that one, fighting for her rebound. It'll go out of bounds off of her. It'll give us a chance to recognize our officials for this afternoon's contest, Mr. Chris Packer, Mr. Doug Smith, and Mr. Bob Knudsen. War Boys will bring it up, be picked up at the timeline by Powell. Gives it off to Hastings. Hastings gets past Kaylee Kukas, dump inside for Harms, and she's tied up. Arrow stays with Prairie. Into Hastings in the corner. Her long shot off the mark, tracked down by Kiana Kukas. She'll bring it up against War Boys. Goes to Klaus. Klaus on the cut for Kaylee Kukas. Has it knocked loose. Able to track it down inbounds. Drives baseline, pulls up after one dribble, and knocks it in from 14 feet. First points of the contest to Woodlin, a minute 20 in. Hastings with it, going attacking Kaylee Kukas, gets into the paint, misses the shot. Kaiser with an offensive rebound, can't get it to go. She'll fight for another one. She had 9 offensive boards against Idalia, already with 2 here on this one trip. War Boys hauled in the miss. Dollar Shell from the block, no. Harms keeps it loose, and Escobedo will get the tie-up, giving possession to Woodlin. Kaiser just 1 point yesterday for Prairie, but 14 rebounds. Again, 9 of them offensive. And Kiana Kukas gets the back screen from Escobedo, gets it back. And another screen from Escobedo, gets Kiana into the paint. She loses it. Scramble for the loose ball. Powell will dive in and tie up Harms. This time the arrow to Prairie. We've played just over 2 minutes, still just a 2-0 score. War Boys gives it off to Hastings. Just Harms on the far side. Now Dollar Shell. War Boys. Tries to get past Powell, picked up by Klaus. And has her pocket picked by Kiana Kukas. One person to beat, that's Hastings. Hastings reaches in and draws the foul. First personal on Hastings. First team foul against Prairie in this opening quarter. And Kukas into the post up for Escobedo. Turnaround, no good. Rebound by Dollar Shell. Gets it off to War Boys. Quickly up ahead is Hastings. Jump stop. Can't get the shot to go against Klaus. War Boys with it in the paint. Tie up. We'll go to the arrow. Give it to Woodlin. All the contact on the shot. Coach Gert couldn't believe there wasn't a foul called, and it looked like very well could have been. We saw some rough play last night. It's early in the season. Officials still getting the hang of what they're going to be calling in the year. Escobedo's shot no good. Rebound for Klaus, and she's bumped on the baseline drive by Harms. Her first, team number 2. Klaus gets it into Kiana Kukas in the far corner. 3 on its way. No good. And Dollar Shell will track down the rebound. It's up to Hastings. She wants to run. Woodland hustling back. Klaus cuts her off. Off to Kaiser. Bank shot off the glass and in. Ties it at 2. 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Klaus gives it off to Kukas. Sets the screen for her. And then Kiana will give it back to Klaus. Dump off to Kaylee Kukas into the post up for Escobedo. Gives it back out. Kukas will try to drive baseline. Kaiser trying to cut her off. Can't. Kick out for Powell. Klaus from 17 knocks it in. And Woodland goes back on top 4-2 halfway through this first quarter. Hastings on the far side. Cut off by Kaylee Kukas. Has to kick it out to Dollarshell. Dollarshell will drive, kick it to Harms. Harms dribbles into a 14-footer, shoots one short. And Dollarshell tries to save the offensive rebound. Klaus, first one to track it down. And she'll settle things down. Now to Powell on the far side. Back to Kiana Kukas up top for Klaus. Escobedo sets the screen and roll. Klaus will put up the jumper from 14. No, Escobedo with the offensive rebound. Fouled on the putback attempt by Harms. Her second, team's third. Carly Escobedo to the line for 2 free throws. First one for Escobedo, no good. Allie Funk, number 3, will check in for Harms. She'll set down with those 2 personal fouls. 3:28 to play in the first quarter. Second free throw from Escobedo is good. And Woodland up 5-2. Four boys to the free throw line, kicks it out to Hastings. Hastings on a drive. Has her shot swatted by Kukas, but Kaylee Kukas will be whistled for the foul. Got a big chunk of arm. And that's the first foul against Woodland. Savannah Hastings to the free throw line. Chance to narrow this 3-point gap. First free throw gets some backspin and gets it to fall. Second one off the back iron. Escobedo with a good box out. Rips down the board. Kiana Kukas' pass for Klaus down the far sideline is wide and out of bounds. Give it back to Prairie. They trail by 2 with 3 minutes and change to go in this first quarter. More boys comes near side for Hastings. Tried to drive on Kaylee Kukas, couldn't get it. Has to kick it out to Dollarshell. Now to Kaiser on the wing. She'll start a drive, be cut off by Escobedo. Dumps it off to Funk. Out for Kaiser, 3-pointer, no good. Allie Funk with the offensive rebound, draws a triple team, trying to kick it out. Got it out to Hastings, now up top for War Boys. She'll try to drive, kick it into Kaiser. Kaiser from the elbow, gave a little bit of a fake and drew the second personal foul on Kaylee Kukas. Bring it into Hastings, 3 from the wing, good. And Prairie goes on top, 6-5, 2.5 to play in the frame. We saw them run that inbounds play a number of times yesterday afternoon. And Hastings called for the reach. It's the 4th team foul against Prairie. And they're showing the second personal on Savannah Hastings. Ball tipped out of bounds by War Boys. Now 3 key players in the contest already with 2 fouls apiece. Klaus will backpedal, give it off to Kaylee Kukas. Gets a big screen from Escobedo, pulls up from the block, knocks it home. Woodland bounces back on top, 7-6, 2:08 to go in the quarter. Hastings on the far side, feeling it from 3. That one's short. Dollarshell with the offensive board, put back no. Funk and Kaylee Kukas fighting for it. It looked like actually Funk was almost tied up by her own teammate, Rebecca Kaiser. Knocked out of there by Kaylee Kukas. Inbounded to Dollarshell. She'll put one up from 15 off the mark. And War Boys comes out of the pack with the ball. Finds Funk inside. Ball on the rim. Won't go. She'll head to the free throw line. Foul whistled against Escobedo. Her first, team's third. Minute 46 to play, first quarter. Funk heading to the free throw line, looking for her first points of the season. Give her team the lead with a successful trip here. First one is short. Best she can do is tie it now. Second one for Funk is off the mark as well. That one hauled in by Kaylee Kukas. Quick outlet to Kiana. She'll bring it across the timeline. Come near side for Klaus. Klaus with a high screen and another one. Couldn't get all the way to the basket. Instead, kicked it out to Kaylee Kukas. She'll try to drive. Nothing there. Brings it back out to Klaus. One dribble and burned it. Had to call for help, and that was Kiana Kukas. She'll put up a runner from 16. It's short and rebounded by Hastings. Warboys will set the offense. Chance to take the lead once again for Prairie as we go to a minute 10 to play in this quarter. Hastings on the drive, pulls up from 12. It's short, and I believe Kaylee Kukas will get credit for the rebound, and Kaiser is called for the foul. Her first. Clock at 1 minute and ticking. Kiana Kukas trying to break the 5 count. Can't get past Warboys. Loose ball. Powell able to keep it alive. Now Warboys pokes it loose again. Tucked out of bounds off of Kiana Kukas, and that'll be a turnover with 46.2 seconds to go. And Kiana Kukas will head to the bench as she's replaced by Michaela Vick. And Warboys will set the offense. Nobody on her. Finally, Klaus comes out and contests a little bit. Kaiser knocks home another bank shot. Puts Prairie back on top by 1. 30 seconds to play. Klaus had it knocked loose momentarily by Hastings. Kaylee Kukas will just dribble flip to Vick. Back to Kaylee Kukas, shot fake. Got Kaiser off her feet, tried to drive baseline. Her kick out was stolen. It's Hastings with a head of steam and bumped on the drive by Powell. It's the first on Stormy Powell, 4th on the team. Under 10 seconds to play. Warboys will bring it into Dollar Shell. She'll fire the 3 straight away. It's short. Vick gets the rebound, gives it off to Kaylee Kukas. 5 seconds to go. We'll give it to Klaus. Klaus will heave one from behind midcourt. It comes up short, and 1 quarter is in the books here in our girls' third place contest. Prairie leading Woodland 8-7.
At the Anton Co-op, they're a local farmer-owned business whose goal is to help the profitability of producers they serve. Offering grain marketing on and off the farm, they have full-service fertilizer AG chemical department as well, with liquid and dry application and anhydrous ammonia for all your farm input needs. Anton Co-op makes bulk fuel deliveries and offers on-the-farm tire service. Anton Co-op wants to be your #1 supplier and service center. Call Anton Co-op at 800-595-8305.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Alan Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Alan Bear and his staff service stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Alan Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Alan and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Alan Bear Agency can serve you.
Ready for second quarter action here from Woodland High School. Girls' third place game in the Jeff Sherman Memorial Invitational Tournament. Prairie up 8-7 after 1 quarter. They have the ball to begin things here in the second. It's Dollar Shell starting to drive on the near side, kick it out to Hastings. Hastings trying to go to work and carries it. Again, Carrie Sherman with you from Big Time Small Town Media, welcoming you to ColoradoPreps.tv and Shasta.tv. Glad you joined us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Northeast Colorado. Hope weather is beautiful where you're at watching this contest as well. Kiana Kukas drives baseline, puts one up inside, and Woodland goes on top, 9-8, 30 seconds gone from the second quarter. Kukas got a couple of good screens from her teammates, freed her along the baseline. Dollar Shell gives it off to Kaiser in the corner, looks at the 18-footer, wanted to drive. Instead, she'll kick it out to Dollar Shell. Dollar Shell will come near wing for Kaiser. Now down to Warboys. Quick turn and fire from 14. No. Kept alive, and it'll be poked out of bounds by Prairie. Next dead ball, we'll have a sub coming in for Prairie. Kukas being guarded by Warboys. Gets a screen from Klaus. Kick out to Kaylee Kukas. Drives into the paint. Puts one up from 8. Off the mark. Ball off of somebody's foot. It'll roll all the way out of bounds. They'll say it was off of a Prairie defender. And that'll bring Harms back into the contest in place of Hastings for Prairie. Kiana Kukas again guarded by Warboys. Gets the high screen from Klaus. Tries to drive baseline. Cut off by Harms. Kick up to the free throw line for Kaylee Kukas. Jumper from 15. No. Rebounded by Dollar Shell. Off to Warboys. She'll look to push. Calls out the play. Trying to set the high 1-4 set. A little miscommunication. Dollar Shell says, what the heck, I'll drive. Has her shot blocked by Kaylee Kukas. It'll go out of bounds off of Woodland. Couldn't get the offense set, and Dollar Shell just decided to give it a go. No harm done. Kick down to Funk on the near side, up to Harms at the elbow. Dollar Shell's three is good, and Haley Dollar Shell puts Prairie on top by 2 with 2 minutes played here in quarter number 2. Back cut from Kaylee Kukas, gets the nice feed from Michelle Klaus to tie it at 11. Dollar Shell gives it up to Kaiser. 25 feet away, she'll dribble into the three-point line, give it off to Dollar Shell. 15-footer from the wing, no. Into the hands of Kaiser. Warboys had her shot blocked by Kaylee Kukas, who came out of there with the ball. She'll just give it off to Escobedo, set the screen for her. Now to Klaus. Escobedo sets the ball screen. Lob in for Kiana Kukas on the back cut, was stolen by Dollar Shell. She goes up for the layup and gets it. 5 straight points on the Prairie end for Haley Dollar Shell. That matches what she scored all of yesterday. Kiana Kukas trying to get another screen from Escobedo. Sends it away for Klaus. Klaus with a 3. It's good. And Woodland goes on top 14-13. 4.5 to play in this second quarter. Warboys calls out the signal again. Gives it off to Dollar Shell. Now to the high post for Harms. Kaiser. She'll start a drive. It's cut off by Escobedo. Has to kick it out to Dollar Shell. Into the high post for Harms. And she's nearly tied up by Kiana Kukas. Finally, the whistle blows for the tie-up. And the ball will go over to Woodland on the alternating possession. Hastings comes back in to the Prairie lineup in place of Funk. And it's a full timeout for Coach Tim Hunt and the Woodland Lady Mustangs. We'll go ahead and step out with them on this break.
One of the most important benefits of being a Premier Farm Credit member borrower is having the opportunity to share in the association's profits. Since 2001, Premier has paid out over $31 million in patronage dividends. If you want to be a part of a member-owned and controlled cooperative that offers interest rates that are competitive in the marketplace and committed to a patronage dividend program, call your local Premier Farm Credit office. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Back to live action. Woodland with the ball. Klaus with it on the far wing. Trying to beat Dollar Shell off the dribble. Couldn't. Had to kick it out to Kaylee Kukas. Kaylee trying to work on Dollar Shell. Nothing there. Brings it out. Matchup zone defense from Prairie. Poked out of bounds by Dollar Shell. .340 on the clock in the half. Kukas gets the screen from Klaus. Warboys whistled for the reach in. A little bit of a smile from Cheyenne Warboys as she knew she got caught sticking her hand into the cookie jar. Kaylee Kukas, one dribble on the baseline, has to kick it out. Warboys picks off the pass and then loses it out of bounds. It'll come back to Woodland. Near the mascot on the floor. And again, a lazy pass nearly stolen by Warboys. Into the paint for Kiana Kukas. Puts on up from 3 feet and scores it. Woodland up 3, 16-13, 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first half. Warboys directing traffic against this, what some would call a junk defense from Woodland. 15-footer from Dollar Shell, and she's got the last 7 points for Prairie. Feed into the high post for Kaylee Kukas. Turnaround off the mark. Escobedo keeps it alive, finally into the hands of Kaylee. We'll go up to the point for little sister Kiana. Now into the corner. Klaus draws the double team, kicks it out. Kiana Kukas from 18, banks it off, no good. Long rebound, she'll pick it up and give it off to Kaylee. Under 2.5 to play, she'll go far side to Klaus. Looked at the three, puts it on the floor, gets past Dollar Shell, but then picked up by Hastings and tied up. Arrow will go in favor of Prairie. Vic comes into the Woodland lineup in place of, I believe it'll be Kaylee Kukas. Sure, she'll get just a quick breather, be ready to come back late in the quarter. Warboys comes near side to Dollar Shell to the high post. It's Harms back to Dollar Shell, 15-footer, and that one no good. Had hit her last 2 from that spot. Kiana Kukas trying to get the breakout, nothing there. Pills it back, gives it off to Klaus. Klaus come near side for Vic. Vic cross court for Kiana Kukas down into the corner for Klaus. Draws the double team, kicks it out to Kiana. Now up top for Vic. She'll cycle it back to the far side. Kukas on the drive, has it knocked loose by Hastings. Retrieves it. Off to Escobedo. Now Klaus comes to Vic. Vic again cycling the far side to Kiana Kukas. Went to Vic on the cut. Loses it and tied up by Harms with 1:27 to go in the first half. Possession arrow to Woodland. And Kaylee Kukas back in. Got about 45 seconds off of the clock. About a 3-minute break in actual time. And a miscommunication on the inbounds play. Kiana Kukas thought Klaus was going to stay on the block. Threw it back to her. She, however, cut all the way up top. Nice little lob pass over the top of Kaylee Kukas, and Kaiser scores it in the paint, putting Prairie back up 17-16, 65 seconds to play before intermission. Vic at the top, gives it off to Kiana Kukas, will cut through. Flip it over to Klaus. Klaus, one dribble, has to come to Powell. Powell's pass nearly turned over. Vic keeps it alive. Under 40 seconds to go. Woodland flirting with disaster, and finally they turn it over. And a late quick sub in for Prairie. It's Funk. She'll come in for Harms. Don't want to risk Alyssa getting her third foul with less than a minute to go in the half. Escobedo will come back into the Woodland lineup in place of Vic. Warboys comes near side, Dollar Shell into the low post for Kaiser. Kaiser tries to turn one way, nothing there, turns the other way into the side of the backboard, gets her own miss. Has it partially blocked from behind by Escobedo, but Kaiser scores it, putting Prairie up by 3 with 14 seconds to go in the half. Skip pass for Kiana Kukas, tries to go to work on Hastings. Shot off the mark, drew the foul on Savannah Hastings. That'll be her third. And sends Kiana Kukas to the line with 7.3 seconds to go. 7th team foul in the half. First one for Kiana, no good. We'll see number 23 check into the Prairie lineup. That is Hannah Ford, a freshman for Prairie. Second one also no good. Warboys with the rebound. She'll fling one up for Dollar Shell, and Dollar Shell comes down on her backside for the travel violation. 1.3 seconds to play before we head to the break. Flip it up for Klaus. Klaus will heave it from beyond midcourt, and the officials waved it off, did not get it up in time. We are halfway through our girls' third place contest. Prairie in front of Woodland, 19-16 in the Battle of Lady Mustangs. After the teams exit the court, we'll step out for about a 3-minute break so I can get down and check the scorebooks, get our individual scoring, and we'll come back and recap the first half, get ourselves ready for the second half here from Woodland High School on ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv.
Americans love numbers and iPhones. We all know the 7 Dwarves, 4 Seasons, and 12 Days of Christmas. Now, for a limited time, Viero is featuring countless reasons to own an iPhone. With an iPhone, you can take great photos or take a crack at Angry Birds, watch your favorite video, or use it as a watch, find an old school friend on Facebook, or simply browse the web. But what you really ought to find is your nearest Viero store, because for a limited time, you can have an iPhone for only $79.99. Before these great iPhone deals end, get into Viero. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Here's a simple math problem. What's 1 plus 1? 2, you say? Not at Bank of Colorado. Here, 1 plus 1 add up to free. Because our personal free checking and personal free collection give you twice as much free. You'll start with free checking, free online banking, free telebank access, free PIN pay, no service fees, and more. And when you add on, you'll get a free savings account, free appraisal with your next mortgage, and more. So if you're into free, apply today to open a new account by visiting bankofcolorado.com, where 1 plus 1 equals free. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get your DVD copies of the events you're seeing live online at BigTimeSmallTown.com. Hi, I'm Ben Blecka, owner, founder, and one of the talents of Big Time Small Town Media. Very glad you're enjoying the broadcast we're bringing to you live online. But don't forget you can have this broadcast whenever and wherever you want with a purchase of the DVD from Big Time Small Town Media. Go to www.BigTimeSmallTown.com. There you can check out all of the games that we've got from any past tournaments. We've been doing this for just more than a year, and Big Time Small Town Media is proud to be more than sports. We're community.
Ice & Oil has been supporting our community for over 65 years and is the leading supplier in propane, Sinclair diesel and gas, Chevron oils, greases, and lubricants, and a variety of tires and Delco batteries. Located on Highway 34 in Otis and Plattner, Ice & Oil is your #1 source for diesel, oil, gas, and propane needs. For all those road trip adventures through Northeast Colorado, they offer 24-hour pay-at-the-pump gas and diesel services. Ice & Oil, American product, American quality, affordable prices.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco, everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087.
Akron Auto is proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations, the original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
Carrie Sherman back with you from Woodlin High School. Halftime of the girls' third place game in the Jeff Sherman Memorial Invitational Tournament. Sponsored in part by the Anton Co-op. First half scoring, first for the visitors from Prairie. Rebecca Kaiser with a game high 8. Haley Dollarshell with 7 and Savannah Hastings with 4. For Woodland, Kaylee Kukas has 6. Michelle Klaus has 5. Kiana Kukas with 4, and Carly Escobedo 1. Happened to be in the building earlier today when Coach Tim Hunt for Woodland was putting his girls through a bit of a pregame walkthrough. And one of his points of emphasis was eliminating second chance points for the opponent, and that has not been the case so far today, as I mentioned that Rebecca Kaiser, who had 9 offensive rebounds yesterday, is well on her way to surpassing that total today. She's kept a number of possessions alive for Prairie, and that'll be something I'm sure that is being talked about in the locker room in the Woodland side. For Prairie, they just have to keep converting when they get those opportunities for multiple shots at the basket, because so far Woodland's not shown they're going to stop them on the glass. If they can convert a few more, they can start putting this, what is currently a 3-point advantage, stretching that out to double digits and making things tough on the home team. Currently we have the boys on the floor warming up for their third place game, which will come at the completion of this girls' third place game. It'll be Woodland against Idalia, a couple of YWKC league opponents who will see each other during the regular season. Currently we have that one on our schedule when they play at Idalia. That's, I believe, in I think it's in February. I'm not real sure, don't have my schedule in front of me. And we've got 94 regular season games scheduled for us here on our crew. This is just number 5. And also we've got Big Time Small Town Media's founder and on-air personality Ben Blecka, currently in Pete's, where he's calling the Carlisle Classic girls' third place game. They started an hour ahead of us, so they might be getting ready for the boys' third place game. Teams involved in that tournament are Pete's, Lone Star, Fleming, and Caliche on boys and girls sides. You can also pick up those games on ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv. I'm going to go ahead and step out for another 3-minute break as we get ready for second half action here in the girls' game from Woodland High School.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Citto has been a staple in eastern Colorado since 1971. Since 1977, Citto has been your place to go for trusses, wall panels, and buildings. With state-of-the-art equipment allowing Citto to stay on top of the truss industry, Citto wants you to know that while the economy has affected everybody, it's allowed them to provide some different services while being able to maintain their spot as one of the top truss manufacturers in Colorado. Contact Citto Building Components out of Otis at 800-925-3207. That's Citto, proud to support eastern Colorado.
In 1916, it is estimated that producing 100 bushels of corn took approximately 35 to 40 hours. Today, it is estimated that producing the same 100 bushels takes less than 3. A lot has changed in the last 95 years, but one thing has stayed the same. Farm Credit is still the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. We are passionate about agriculture and are dedicated to serving America in good times and bad. This is Jordan Wilkie in the Yuma Lending Office. Give us a call today to see how we can help you. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
At the Anton Co-op, they're a local farmer-owned business whose goal is to help the profitability of producers they serve. Offering grain marketing on and off the farm, they have full-service fertilizer AG chemical department as well, with liquid and dry application and anhydrous ammonia for all your farm input needs. Anton Co-op makes bulk fuel deliveries and offers on-the-farm tire service. Anton Co-op wants to be your #1 supplier and service center. Call Anton Co-op at 800-595-8305.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Allen Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Allen Bear and his staff service stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Allen Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Allen and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Allen Bear Agency can serve you.
Welcome back to Woodlin High School as we get ready for second half action in the girls' third place contest. And we have Prairie in front of Woodlin by a score of 19-16. And it will be Prairie basketball to get us started in the third quarter. They will head to the basket on the left side of your video screen this half. Kaiser inside quickly puts one up. No good. Keeps it alive. Hastings with the putback. No. Ripped down by Kaylee Kukas. Klaus has it on the far point. Gives it down in the corner for Kaylee Kukas. It's it off to Kiana. Up top for Powell against the 2-3 zone. Near side, Klaus now into the corners. Kaylee Kukas draws the double team. Skips it up to the point. 16-footer from Kiana Kukas. Bangs around the rim and goes down. She has 6 in the contest, matching her output from last night's game with Weldon Valley. Cuts it to a 1-point deficit. Post up for Kaiser. Turnaround, off glass, and good. Pushing her total to 10. Again, just 1 point in the contest against Idalia yesterday. Powell skip pass for Kiana Kukas. Able to track it down. And Dollar Shell finally comes away with the steal. She's got Warboys running out in front of her. Will take it herself. Her first basket of the half gives her 9 in the contest. Pushes Prairie out to its biggest lead at 5. Klaus to Powell. Powell will put one up from 18. Off the mark, tracked down by Hastings. Warboys gives it off far side for Hastings. Gets the running start, puts one off glass. No good. Escobedo with the box out. Makes the outlet to Kaylee Kukas. She'll give it off to Kiana at the timeline. 2 minutes gone. Third quarter. Powell draws a double team, kicks it out to Kaylee Kukas. Powell then sets the screen for Kukas, puts one up from 16 and cans it. 8 in the contest for Kaylee Kukas, cuts it back to 3. High post, Kaiser starts to drive, pulls up in the paint, knocks home another one. Even dozen in the contest for Rebecca Kaiser, keeping it at a 5-point margin. Powell will put one up from 17. No, and rebound on the far side by Hastings. Outlet pass hit Dollar Shell in the back, but Kaiser there to retrieve it. Into the high post for Harms. Post-to-post pass for Hastings. Shot altered by Kaylee Kukas. Loose ball tracked down finally by Hastings. Quick feed into the post for Harms. And she lost it right to Hastings, and then Hastings on the drive fouled. Third foul on Kaylee Kukas sends Savannah Hastings to the free throw line. Opportunity to build on her 4-point total and this 5-point lead. First one is good. Second one also good. She has 6. It's a 7-point lead for Prairie. Kiana Kukas gets the screen from Klaus. They exchange at the point. Pass to Powell, has it blocked out of bounds by Warboys. See Coach Hunt giving all of the gesticulations of fake a pass, make a pass. Klaus pull up from 14. Gets it to roll off the back iron and down. She now has 7. Keeping it within striking distance. 5-point Prairie lead. Dollar Shell flips one into the low post for Kaiser. Had it knocked out of there by Powell. Prairie still in possession. Hastings tries to dump it into the post for Harms. Knocked out. She tracks it back. We've burned half of this third quarter. Into the high post, Harms. Kick out for Dollar Shell. Little runner from 16. And that puts Haley Dollar Shell in double figures now with 11. And Dollar Shell taking over, gets the steal, and has it poked out of bounds from behind by Klaus before she can get to the rim for the layup. Dollar Shell from 16. Not this time. Hastings inside rebound. Has her shot blocked by Kaylee Kukas, and Kaylee will track the rebound in. Kukas steps into a 16-footer off the elbow. No. Hastings with the rebound for Prairie. Off to Dollar Shell. She's looking to push. Instead has to peel it back out to Kaiser. Kaiser down to Warboys. She'll fire from 17. Off glass and good. First points of the contest for Cheyenne Warboys. And it's up to a 9-point advantage for Prairie. Crossover by Klaus into the paint. On the rim. No, will not go. But Michelle Klaus heading back to the free throw line. That's on Harms. Her third. So now Alyssa Harms, Savannah Hastings, and Kaylee Kukas all with 3 personal fouls. First one for Klaus. No good. Allie Funk set to check in. She'll replace Alyssa Harms. Klaus's second free throw. That time it's good. Her 8th point, and it cuts it to an 8-point game. Kiana Kukas gambles, knocks it loose, And finally, Escobedo will come up with the steal. Klaus down the near side, checked by Warboys, has to get it up ahead to Kukas. That's Kaylee Kukas now, 15-footers short. Rebound by Dollarshell. Outlet pass will be stolen. Up ahead for Kaylee Kukas, pulls up from 8, too strong. Rebound by Dollarshell. Powell too aggressive after the rebound, and she'll pick up personal foul number 2. Funk from the high post, drops it into the low post. Kaiser turnaround against Escobedo. It went, but no, an extra step in there, and it's wiped off on the travel. Klaus at the point. Gets the screen from Powell. That's, again, too aggressive. Illegal screen. That's a turnover. Her third team foul. Funk at the high post, looking down to the low block for Kaiser. Nothing there. Kicked it out to Dollarshell. She'll try to keep this offense going on the near side. Finds Hastings on the cut. Loses her feet. Kicked out to Warboys. Now Funk from 16. Off glass. No good. Kiana Kukas tracks down the miss. Coming down the near sideline. Able to get it off before she travels. Now Kaylee Kukas trying to set Warboys up. Has a poke loose, but right to Kiana. She'll drive baseline, draw the double team, and be tied up. Arrow in favor of Woodland, 1:24 to play, third quarter. Again, they trail by 8. They were down 3 as we entered this quarter. Ball comes into Powell. She'll come to Kukas. Kiana turns loose a 3, almost dropped and kicked out. Last touched by Prairie on its way out of bounds. Klaus brings it into Escobedo. Gives it off to Kiana Kukas. Now to Klaus. Back to Kiana. Near steal for Dollarshell. The runner, no good for Kiana. Gets her own miss in the paint and scores it from 8 feet. Her second basket in the half. She's got 8. It's down to 6. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Nobody will pick up Warboy. She'll step into the 16-footer, too strong, off of a Woodland player out of bounds with 51 seconds to go. Ball into Hastings. Skip across for Warboys. She'll put one up on the wing. No good. And Escobedo with the inside position will draw the over-the-back foul against Kaiser. Hannah Ford will come back in place of Hastings with just 44 seconds to go in the frame. Not willing to risk her 4th foul. I believe that was the second on Kaiser. They haven't put it up. But I believe that's personal foul number 2. Klaus steps into a long 2. It's short. Rebound ripped down by Funk. Makes the outlet to Warboys. Warboys will push. Kick it off near side. Dollarshell from 17. Short. Rebound by Funk. Has her shot blocked by Kukas. And it's Kiana Kukas with the head of steam. And knocked out of bounds. Right in front of the scorer's table by Dollarshell with 18.5 to play. Kaylee Kukas goes for 3. It's off. And Prairie will get a chance for the last bucket. Under 7 to play. Warboys runner, no good. Inside position for Kaiser, fouled from behind by Kiana Kukas. And Rebecca Kaiser to the free throw line. 4.3 seconds to go. Chance to expand this 6-point lead from the stripe. First personal on Kiana Kukas. 4th team foul in the half. First free throw is good. Kaiser up to 13 now. Second free throw is good. They're going to 14 points, and the lead is 8. 4 seconds, 3. Kiana Kukas gives it off to Escobedo. She fires the 3 before the buzzer. Bank shot, no good. And 3 quarters now in the book. We'll head to the fourth with Prairie in front by an 8-point margin.
Glosson Construction is your one-stop shop with concrete work, drywall, flooring, roofing, and stucco. Everything including the final finishing nail handle projects throughout northeastern Colorado. You need to get in touch with Rick at Glosson Construction, located at 801 East 4th Street in Akron. If Rick can't build it, no one can. Call 970-345-2087. From start to finish, trust Glosson Construction as your one-stop shop for construction. Call 970-345-2087.
Akron Auto is proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations, the original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
Ready to start the fourth quarter. As the teams came to their benches, the official came over to the Prairie side. Wanted to have them check the right leg of Haley Dollarshell. They've taped up what may have been a wound. Want to make sure we had no blood. She's still on the bench. We start the quarter. Ford in there, has her pass to Harms, deflected. She'll track it down. And again, deflected, and that time stolen by Kiana Kukas, and then Ford commits the foul. Her first, just the second against the team in the second half. Actually, that should be the third team foul. So we had one on Kaiser and one on Harms in that third quarter. Klaus on the far wing. She'll go ahead and step in. Nobody can contest her. She'll put up a long 2 off the glass and knock it home. She's got 5 in the half, 10 for the contest. Cuts it back to a 6-point game. Four boys comes near side forward into the post for Harms, and they'll get Kiana Kukas on the wrist. Dollarshell will come in on that dead ball in place of Ford. And she gets to the bench, gets a little bit of education from head coach Janice Girk. And Hastings spun her tires before putting it on the floor. Did that earlier in the half. Didn't get whistled for it. That time, officials caught it. Powell gives it off to Kiana Kukas. Now to Klaus. Klaus will try to drive the top of the 2-3 zone. Has it ripped away by Harms. Up ahead, it's Warboys. 1 to beat. And Kiana Kukas will give up the foul. That'll be her third. And send Warboys to the free throw line. First one for Warboys will not fall for her. One more for Cheyenne Warboys. Too strong off back iron. Rebecca Kaiser, another offensive rebound. Back to Warboys. Cross for Dollarshell. She'll skip it across for Warboys from 17. No. And guess what? Another offensive rebound for Rebecca Kaiser. She's fouled on the putback by Escobedo. Kaiser with 14 heads to the free throw line. Cashed a pair on her last trip. That one too strong. That one good. Give her 15. Make it a 7-point game. We don't do Player of the Game awards, but if we did, Rebecca Kaiser, a strong favorite to win it tonight. Long two from Kiana Kukas, and Kaiser says, I'll take one on the defensive end as well. Give it off. War Boys bringing it up. Set the high 1-4. Go to the wing. That's Dollar Shell. Into the high post for Kaiser. Down, drops it down low for Harms. Could not control it. Goes out of bounds. Turnover to Woodland. Michaela Vick will come in to Woodland's lineup, replacing Michelle Klaus. Powell on the near wing. Lobs one to the point for Kiana Kukas. Able to get it back. And then a steal for Dollar Shell. Hit it ahead for War Boys. Goes at Kukas with the left-handed layup. Kukas peels back and lets her get that one. Willing to pick up her fourth foul. Second basket for Cheyenne War Boys. Makes it a 9-point game. And lob to the high post for Kaylee Kukas. Her turnaround jumper is short. Ball on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow to Woodland. Klaus quickly back into the Woodland lineup in place of Vick. Klaus comes into the near corner for Kiana Kukas. Out top on the wing for Kaylee. Gamble didn't pay off. Kiana, three from the corner, no. Hastings with the weak side rebound. Gives it off to War Boys. She'll jog it up for Prairie. Comes near side for Dollar Shell. Drops it on the baseline for Hastings. Drops into a double team. Has the ball still. Gives it up. War Boys. 15-footer from the elbow. No. Offensive rebound. Harms. Her stick back. No. Dollar Shell can't get it to go either. And now on the deck. And before the ball comes loose, a 30-second timeout from Coach Girk. Prairie controlling the boards on both ends of the court now. It's not enough to get multiple opportunities on their own end. They're now limiting Woodland to one and done and still maintain the 9-point advantage. And Prairie also in the bonus as Woodland setting with team fouls 7 on the board. Just 2 showing against Prairie. Harms tries to drop a blind post-to-post pass. Nobody there. Able to track it down, and Kaiser draws another foul heading to the free throw line. I believe that's Escobedo. Her third. Kaiser now with 15 to shoot 2. That one's short. 3 for 5 from the line in this half. Second one is nothing but net cord. Give her 16, push the lead to double digits for the first time tonight. Klaus will drive, shut off, kick it out to Kaylee Kukas. She'll head to the far corner, has it poked out of bounds from behind by Dollar Shell. 4:38 to play in the contest. And Prairie in front by 10, 37-27. Kiana will bring it up top for Powell. Powell reversing it quickly for Klaus. Klaus long 2 on the way. No. Rebound on the weak side by Hastings. Dollar Shell quickly gives it off to Warboys. And Warboys will settle things down. No need to hurry with the 10-point lead. Klaus with the block from behind against Harms, and she comes out of there with it. Hit ahead for Kiana Kukas and bobbles it. She'll peel it out. Give it up to Kaylee. Into the post up for Escobedo. Loses it and rebounded by Dollar Shell. Hastings gives it off to Warboys. Under 4 minutes to play. Low post, Kaiser. Banging bodies with Escobedo. Gives it off to Hastings. Hastings draws the hack as she goes up with it. That's on Klaus. Sending Savannah Hastings to the line. 6 points in the contest. That's the first on Klaus. 9th team foul against Woodland. First one up and in. Lead grows to 11. And an even dozen as Hastings converts. Count Kukas comes near corner for Powell. Double team comes. Peels it back out. Now Klaus kicks across Kiana. Toe on the line. Shot way off the mark and it'll go out of bounds untouched. Vick in to the Woodland lineup in place of Powell. We see Funk and someone I've not seen. I have to check my rosters here. That was Shay Northrup, number 25, also into the Prairie lineup. First time we've seen her this weekend. Hastings drives, pulls up from 8. Off the mark, rebound for Northrup, gives it up, lets Kaiser take it. She'll kick it out to Hastings, now to Dollar Shell. 3 minutes to go in the contest. Kaiser face up, puts one up in the paint, off the backboard, and no good. Rebound by Northrup out of the double team. Has her pass stolen by Escobedo. Klaus with it, coming near side for Kukas. Up top for Klaus. Now Kaylee Kukas into the high post. Escobedo kicks it right back out for Kaylee. No good. Escobedo, offensive rebound, can't get it to fall. She's in there again, gets it again, and draws a foul. That's on Kaiser. Just her second. Escobedo with just 1 point so far. That one too strong. Gets the second. Makes it an 11-point game. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to play. Dollar Shell quickly down the near side. She's cut off, peels it back out. Kaiser whips it down, low block. Hastings draws contact, bumps knees with Kaylee Kukas. And that'll be a blocking foul on the Woodland senior. Her fourth. Hastings back to the free throw line. If she can cash these two in, she'll reach double figures. Won't happen as she misses the first. And the second also off. And Kaylee Kukas with inside position will draw the foul on Funk. Her first. Flip it to the far side for Klaus. Coming up top, Vick faked the three, gave it off to Klaus. Now Kukas. Kiana will let the three fly. Rebounded by Kaiser. 1:50 to go. Lob down for Funk. She'll kick it out to Northrup now. She'll lob it inside Kaiser. Turnaround no good. Another offensive rebound. Missed it. Got another one. And kicks it out to Hastings again. She picks up the back foot before the ball goes down. That traveling violation gives it to Woodland. 1:36 to play, 11-point margin. The far side for Klaus. She'll give it off to Kiana Kukas, lets a long two go. Ends up being a pass to Vick. Couldn't get the shot to fall, and Kaiser with the rebound. Brought to the floor, by Vick. And Kaiser may have taken a finger to the eye. Officials taking a minute, letting her collect herself. Yeah, she's checking that right eye. It's the first foul on Vick. Woodland is in the penalty now, so 2 shots for Kaiser. First one too strong. Vick will check out, being replaced by Stormy Powell. Second one for Kaiser, off the mark as well. Escobedo, and Kaiser digs it loose, but Kukas was there to get it. Kiana Kukas, quick three, no. Nobody on the glass for Woodland as Hastings comes out of there with it quickly down the far side. Cut off by Escobedo, peels back to Northrop. Up top, Dollar Shell traveled with it. Harms will come back into the Prairie lineup with 1 minute to play, replacing Kaiser. And Kiana Kukas will set down for Woodland as Vick comes back into the lineup. Get ahead for Powell. Is it up to Klaus? Now up top, Kaylee Kukas. Gives it off to Vick. Gets a screen from Kukas. Gives it off to Klaus. She'll step into a long two. Has it blocked by Dollar Shell. Tracked down by Hastings. 35 seconds to play. Kicks it out to Northrop. Now up top for Dollar Shell. Ends it up to Northrop. Throws it into the far side, open space. Tracked down by Dollar Shell inside. Northrop tries to feed it across the paint to Harms. Knocked out of bounds by Woodland with 14 and change. Comes into Funk. Gives it off to Northrop. She'll lob it inside to Hastings. Hastings gets feet tangled, goes down, loses it out of bounds. Woodland has the ball, trailing by 11 with just 9 seconds to go. Hannah Ford will come in for those final 9 seconds in place of Savannah Hastings. Klaus gets a big screen from Powell, and they'll call the offensive foul on Powell as Dollar Shell went down with 3.5 seconds to go. That's the 4th on Powell. Northrop gives it off to Dollar Shell, and she'll lose the ball out of bounds as time expires. So 3rd place in the Jeff Sherman Memorial Invitational Basketball Tournament on the girls' side goes to the Prairie Lady Mustangs and their coaching staff, the head coach, Janice Girk, and assistant coach, Lynn Carlson, as they win 39-28. Take a quick look at final numbers for Prairie. 16 for Rebecca Kaiser, 11 for Haley Dollar Shell, 8 for Savannah Hastings, and 4 from Cheyenne Warboys. For Woodland, 8 out of Kiana Kukas, 8 for Kaylee Kukas, 10 from Michelle Klaus, and 2 from Carly Escobedo. That'll wrap up our coverage of the girls' 3rd place game. Join us here in just about 10 or 12 minutes for the boys' 3rd place game, Woodland and Idalia. here on ColoradoPreps.tv and Chassa.tv. I'm Kerry Sherman from Big Time Small Town Media. Thanks for joining us.